What's up, y'all? This is Marcus Sniffles, NFL expert. Super sad and frustrated Colts fan here with a bit of a recap of yesterday's loss to the Packers, 16-10. Um, yeah, it was bad. So before we get into it, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing Colts stuff at least 2 times a week, every week throughout the season, no matter how bad or ugly it gets. So let's just start off with kind of the bad. Um, this team on defense continues to not finish sacks. So we did get 4 sacks last week against CJ Stroud, but this week we had 0 sacks on Malik Willis, the backup quarterback to the Green Bay Packers, and that just can't happen. They put a lot of draft capital and money into that front seven, and for them to finish with 0 sacks and give up 100 yards in the first quarter is unacceptable to say the least. Like, I know we spent a lot of the offseason talking about how bad our secondary was going to be, how we don't have depth at safety, how we need better cornerbacks, how we need depth at cornerback because Juju's unreliable with his health and Julian Blackman is unreliable with his health. And it turns out the front seven is the biggest problem because last week I thought it was an anomaly that Joe Mixon was looking good. It turns out that every running back is going to look great against us. Josh Jacobs, 32 carries for 150 yards is insane. Absolutely insane. Now, I will give the defense credit. They did make adjustments after, I believe it was like halftime. But, I mean, at that point, why wait so long to make adjustments? Because they did a really good job at stopping the run after. It was more so like midway through the third quarter. They did a better job of locking down the run. But after you give up over 100 yards in the first half, why wait that long? Other notes that I saw or that I took. Anthony Richardson and AD Mitchell, man, they really got to get on the same page. I know AD is rookie, AR is only on his fifth start, but they just have a hard time connecting. There was one pass where AD was open, but AR didn't really put the ball on him correctly, and AD kind of got caught looking at the safety. So it's just little things like that that cause a little miscommunication and a lost connection. This offense, as of right now, is just not good enough to sustain penalties and being behind the sticks. If it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4, I have faith in the offense. But if it's 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 15, you might as well just punt the ball at that point because we just don't have it right now. AR is just not hitting the passes. Receivers aren't really getting open. Shane is not really calling the best plays. If we had to look at some of the positives, I would say Nick Cross, man. We've been killing Nick Cross a lot this year, but he has stepped up. If he doesn't make the tackles that he's been making, Josh Jacobs and Joe Mixon go for 200 yards easily. Like he might break the record for tackles in the NFL this year the way that he's playing. So I know we kind of get on him a lot, but he's been one of the better defenders on this team. Um, for offense, the only real bright spot was Jonathan Taylor. It was great to see the running game going. It was great to get him getting I think he had almost like 7 or 8 yards a carry, 12 carries, 100 yards. Like seeing the running game get back on track gives me a little bit of hope that okay, last week the running game wasn't doing well, but we were able to make adjustments and get it working. So hopefully that will carry on to next week against Chicago. Um, Other notes: Kenny Moore might not be good anymore. He misses a lot of tackles. He gave up a touchdown pass to Malik Willis, and yeah, he might. I'm not gonna say he's cooked, but he might not be good anymore. Something I did notice throughout the game on offense, at least, there was a lot of bobbled passes, a lot of drop passes, a lot of fumbles, and we lost a turnover game again, 3-1. You cannot win a game turning the ball over 3 times and the only team turning it over 1 time, especially in a one-score game. You just cannot have 3 turnovers. You cannot miss field goals by the highest paid kicker in the league. It's unacceptable. And Shane Steichen calling that pitch play to, I believe it was Goodson on 3rd and 1. I like Shane Steichen, but that was a dumb play call. Like run it up the gut with Goodson, or I don't know, maybe give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. I don't know what's been going on. I don't know what happened with him because in the fourth quarter he just did not see the field. And I watched the post game show. They didn't say anything about injuries. They didn't mention that he was hurt. He had his helmet on. They just said skiing. And I don't know. In a one score game where you can still run the ball, I would like to have my one of my best players out there. And I'm going to give Gus Bradley a little bit of grace and bail. I mean, he did make adjustments late when it came to running the ball, but on obvious passing downs, he did put a lot of pressure on Malik Willis. He did do a lot of blitzes, and the team just didn't finish the plays. And I can't put that on the coach, man. If the players aren't going to uh, convert and bring Malik Willis down, like Gus Bradley can only do so much. So this is going to be a roller coaster of a season. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of the ups and downs are going to come with Anthony Richardson's play. If Anthony Richardson has a good to solid showing in the passing game, then with our defense, we should be able to win a little bit more of these games. But the problem is the last two games we've been losing the time of possession battle 40-20. The opposing offenses are on the field for 40 minutes and we're on the field for 20 minutes. With our offensive line, with our running back, with our quarterback, we should be able to stay on the field for a little bit longer than 20 minutes a game. Going 2 for 9 on third downs, that's partly on the coach and that's partly on the wide receivers. Like I know Anthony Richardson was only 17 for 34, but there were a lot of drops yesterday, a lot of them by a lot of short-handed people that have gotten paid this year. So that stuff has to be cleaned up. Last week the running game was bad and it got better this week. Hopefully the passing game is more of a fixture, and hopefully the return of Josh Downs can really open up the passing offense because it's looking kind of pitiful until like the fourth quarter when we absolutely have to have something. The like I said, the only positives I can take away from this game is the running game on offense. Jonathan Taylor looked like his old self. Anthony Richardson was able to make plays out of the pocket running the ball. And we've been competitive in both of the losses. I'm not going to do the whole moral victory thing, but in two bad games from us, we've only lost by a combined 8 points. Something that kind of sucks, and I feel bad for him because I feel like he's playing well, but he's only doing the best that he can. Like Jalen Jones is now our number one quarterback. In both of the losses, in crucial passing downs, he's getting attacked, and he's in the right position. He's right where he needs to be. It's just the quarterbacks are just making perfect throws and wide receivers are making plays. So those guys get paid too to do that job, and I don't want it to be a thing where it looks like Jalen Jones is not playing well because I think he is playing well. It's just like he just gives it. You can be a cornerback, you can lock down your guy for 3.5 quarters, but if you give up that one pass at the end, everybody thinks you're trash. So I don't really know what to expect from the Colts coming next week against the Bears because I thought against Malik Willis our defense would have a get back game, but we looked terrible against Malik Willis, and I can no longer just expect our front seven to play well against any quarterback or any running back. So even against a rookie, for me to say that I trust the defense to do their job and make Caleb Williams look like a rookie, I can't confidently say that. So at this point, I'm looking more so at the offense. I would like Anthony Richardson and the receivers to get on the same page. I would like the running game to have I would like the running game to continue to stay on track because I feel like if we can run the ball, stay on the field, that kind of gives our defense a chance to not look terrible, embarrass us. So, man, yeah, that was a rough game to watch. 10-16, man. That felt like a 34-0 loss. If I'm being honest, like it never felt like we were in the game, even though we were in the game. Like it was a one score game. We scored a touchdown on that Hail Mary, we win the game, but it just never felt like we had a chance to win the game. But let me know what you guys think. Should Gus Bradley be on the hot seat? Should Chris Ballard be on the hot seat? Does Shane Steichen need to kind of reel it in a little bit and just keep it a little bit more simple for Anthony Richardson? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and maybe give me a score prediction for Bears and Colts. And I'll see you next time. Peace.